G'day mates, it's Donnie. Just washed the trailer and thought might give you a bit of a run through on where we've been staying. Would have seen all the travel videos that we've gone through, and a few people asked about where we actually stay when we're traveling, so I'm going to give you a rundown on what that actually is. Alright, last thing before we get started, I just wanted to really make clear that this is not a brand new unit. Obviously, we've had it since December 2019. And also, since we've had it, Bruder have made a lot of changes. So some of them I'll talk through. Like, I know that the solar's changed, they've changed some of the storage. There's a lot of things that they've done to really improve these units even since we've had it. And we think that this has been great as it is. So, you know, if you are looking at getting one of these, definitely get in contact with Bruder and just go and have a look at one to see what they've done now, because they've really made a lot of improvements to make it a much more reliable unit overall, even though they're pretty damn reliable as it is. Alright, here we go. So this is what we normally stay in, the Bruder EXP-4. I'll give you a bit of a rundown from the front to the back. So standard at the front. What they've got on these though is a McHitch. You've probably seen the video where I show you how to connect those up. Standard handbrake, and then you've got electric over hydraulic brakes, spot for your gas bottle there. Pretty heavy duty jockey wheel. That one's just about shot, but I've got one to replace it. And we use the elect brakes units for the electric brakes rather than a tow pro, and I'll explain why a little bit later. Yeah. Okay, on the front as well, we've got these stick-on solar panels. Bruder actually no longer do these types of panels on these because they're pretty unreliable. Credit to Bruder though, when ours failed, they just sent me a new set and said, here you go, you know, hook it up yourself if you're happy to, otherwise we'll come get your trailer and we'll do it. But given they're in Queensland, we're in New South Wales and Newcastle, it's a bit of a fairly big hike. So what I've done to alleviate that for now is just put a roof rail set up and chuck just a standard solar panel on and then wire that in. So yeah, that's the front. We've also got jerry can holders, hold your standard 20 litres. They're optional, I'm pretty sure, but it is pretty handy if you're going on a long trip, because you've got a 100-litre water tank, so you can carry an extra 40 litres of water or an extra 40 litres of fuel or diesel if you need it as well. Right on the side here, you got these side steps. Go down like that, and then you can just open it up and get inside. So these are on a magnetic, like rare earth magnet here, so you can just do this, and they stay pretty stable like that. We've had this for 3 years, and yeah, the doors, the magnets and everything seem to hold up pretty well. When you come inside, the bed that we've got here is a king size bed, and you've got plenty of storage at the back here. You can take it out if you want to put suits in, but you know, you're camping, who would want that? Got some fans, reading lights. We had an extra fan put in the top. These panels that are along the top as well, you can actually, they always pop out, so if you need to do anything, it's pretty easy. And you've got a fair bit of storage room up the front as well. So plenty of room for longer trips. Also in here, we've got your standard 12-volt accessory and 2 USB ports, and your light, which is just a backlit LED up here. On the other side, you've got the same, except the switch on the left is for turning the air compressor on and off. And I'll explain a little bit more about that later. As you can see from the inside, you've also got the door lock as well. So you can actually lock these doors up, which is pretty good. In the door as well, you've also got the ability to open these windows up like a standard caravan window. And you've either got a fly screen or sun blocker or privacy blocker as well. So kind of get the best of both worlds. Yeah, just shut that up. So that's the inside of it. Along this side, we had a 180-degree super peg awning added for ours. They're quite a hefty, you know, decent heavy-duty unit. And I think Bruder actually give you different options for that if you wanted as well. All right, moving along the back again. Get the side bin. A little bit dirty in there, still got to clean it up, but give you the idea. So there's my arm in there. As you can see, a fair bit of space vertically as well. There's a little vent, just a vent in here. This is one thing that I like about these as well. The wiring's pretty simple, so you know, you've just got these wires that go through to the cabin, and then in underneath here you've actually got all the wiring and the electronics. The only thing we've really changed here is put in a lithium battery instead of the AGM, but my understanding is now when you buy these, they come with a lithium standard. So you've got your Red Arc charger, Victron Blue Smart charger for your 240 volt, and then as you can see, you've got all the fuses and everything there. It's pretty accessible. So I mean, other than having to take out the stuff that you might have in this bin, if you do have something go wrong, you can always pull it out pretty easy from there. You've got the main switch for the 240, and then down here you got the 240 in as well. Just got a little light on the side. The light does fluorescent, white and orange, so that, you know, get rid of bugs, that sort of thing. Yeah, so that's just working the way through the back. The other side's very much the same as this, but I'll show you a bit more on that later when we talk about the air compressor. These are lockable as well, so that's really good. To give you an idea on the size, if you've got a porta potty, we've got a 345, whatever the brand is, porta potty, it's enough to fit that in there and still have space. So you've got a lot of space in that bin. All right, moving along the back now. So as you can see, we had Max Trax pins put on. You can hold 4 Max Trax up the top there. Now this back section, when you open it up, there's actually a kitchen in there, which I'll show you shortly. Moving around the side, you've got another bin. So in there, you've actually got the same as the other side, except underneath you've got an air compressor, which runs the air shocks that allow you to move the wheel up and down. So at the moment, we've actually got it set to the lowest possible setting, and I'll run through later and show you the sort of travel that you get on each side. Cold shower on this one, water as well, 100-litre tank, and then this is very much the same as the other side. Right, just up on the roof now, showing you this. So these are just standard Rhino rack rails. So pretty good. You can either add roof racks or you can change this to do whatever you want. So basically what I've done is just got some shelf racking from Bunnings, some aluminium channel, so I could mount this solar panel up. Like I said, with the Bruders now, they changed the way the solar's set up. So they've now got a glass panel on the front, not those stick-ons. So you don't really need to do this. It was just a temporary thing for me to do. But again, it's something I like about these. It makes it really easy to sort of chop and change and do whatever you want with what you've got. Right, coming back here now, the reason why I've got this is to show you this part of it. So we've got airbag suspension on both sides. And if you've ever gone to a caravan park or places where people have got caravans, you'll notice they always get blocks out to level them. Instead of doing that, we just do this. So each suspension operates independently, and you can see you've got quite a fair bit of travel. So if I move around to the back or the other side, one, you can see the lean, but also if you go around to this side, ladder in the way from before, you get a pretty good idea of how much travel you have on both sides. Now that can be quite handy for a variety of reasons. Obviously, if you're going over something where you need a bit more clearance, you can do this even from when you're in the car. So now I'm just pushing this other side up. So you can see that's kind of about the max level of travel that you get on each side. So if we come around to the back again now, as you can see, there's a huge amount of space on both sides. What I'll do now is I'm just going to drop the left-hand side from where we're sitting, or looking at from, so you can see how much of an angle you can get these things on. Pretty useful as well if you want to drain water off the top, or if it's rain heaps, that sort of thing. And you can probably hear the air compressor kicking in just to top back up. So that's the suspension part, which is probably what most people are most interested in with this, just because it really makes it easier. In the EXP-4, obviously it's just a single axle, 2 wheels, but in their big units like the EXP-4 and the EXP-8, you can actually independently lift one of the axles. So if you get a flat, you don't even have to jack it up. You can actually just pull one of the axles up using the air suspension. So it's a pretty cool little system. All right, moving along now. Let's open up the back. So there's just little clips that I've unclipped already on each side. Easy to lock up. Now in the back, this is your kitchen. So you've got plenty of space to do a lot of things in here. We don't have the fly net in here, but again, credit to Bruder for this. They set up a fly screen system so that you can actually put a lot of food and stuff up in here, put your fly nets in here, and it stops things falling out while you're traveling. Although the suspension's so good, we rarely have anything fall out even without it, but it just means, you know, peace of mind. And again, credit to Bruder, when we bought this, I've inquired about it and they just said, look, you know, we want you to enjoy what you've got. We'll send it up to you and you can just fit it if you like, which, yeah, credit to their customer team. All right, now got a big cavity up here, bit of dust because we've just come back from a trip, but you've also got up here Victron energy sensor. So this will tell you how much voltage you've got in the battery, how much time you've got remaining, the capacity overall, like, well, not capacity, but like how much percentage drawdown you've had. And then you've also got the draw on power. So if you've got solar coming in, this will go positive. If it needs it, at the moment it doesn't, so it's just got that slight draw coming out. And yeah, so you can actually see the amps that it's been, oh sorry, that's it, that's the amps that's actually coming in. So at the moment we're getting, just off that one panel off the top, close to 9 amps going into the system. Down there here, you've got the switches for the light on the outside. You've also got the water pump as well. I'm just trying to remember what this other one was. Light for up here. So you've got, again, an LED light that goes along the whole way, so you can cook and stuff in the back. Accessory, like 12 volt plug, 2 USB chargers as well. And you've got the sink over here, which has also got, so the bottom part here, you've got filtered water and you've got normal water. In the back, you've got the filter there, so it gives you an idea of how much room you've got everywhere. Plenty of room in the drawers. And plenty of room under the actual stove top as well. The stove top here. Again, like, just remember, this is not brand new, 3 years old. It's looking pretty good for the age that it is. One thing I will mention that we did add in afterwards was these seals. They're basically just Sikaflexed on. The reason we did that is what we noticed is the sort of rough paint that's on the back tailgate here, when it goes down onto this big rubber seal, it wasn't quite sealing properly. So now that we've done that, we actually have, you know, if it's rain, if it's dust, if it's whatever, it just doesn't really come in. So you can kind of see down along the bottom even, where it don't necessarily wash inside the seal, but you can see where it's doing its job, stopping everything actually getting inside the kitchen. Oh, I forgot this as well. So you've got your standard fridge as well. Fair bit of space in there. So that's it, mates. Just thought I'd show you what we've been staying in for the last pretty much month and a bit. And it's pretty versatile unit. We've been up and down mountains, on and off beaches. It's really, you know, quite accessible. Inside you got a lot of space. In the back you got a lot of space. So it's quite a good setup for if you're going to go for a long camp. So yeah, if you've got any questions, leave it in the comment section below and we'll get back to you. But yeah, enjoy your day. Cheers.